Welcome to Jurassic Park. Well, I mean, it's not quite Jurassic Park. Hang on, I'm fucking with my microphone. This is the Elder Kings mod. It's an Elder Scrolls-based conversion, funnily enough, for Crusader Kings II, which is a video game where you paint a map the color that you so most prefer. But this is obviously the Elder Scrolls, so we've got a lot of additional content, funnily enough, in the forms of everything from the Elder Scrolls universe. Now, I was playing this before, and I did start a campaign as a Khajiit, trying to get coin, because, you know, obviously Khajiit has... Khajiit? My Khajiit wanted coin, if you have where, or vice versa, I forget. And, you know, I was playing it, and I was like, this is just not really showing off much of it. Well, I feel like we're just playing a patrician that just happens to be a cat, or at least looks like a cat. So instead, we're going to go fucking balls to the wall. We're going to get crazy. We're going to make the most overpowered, ridiculous mage possible. We're going to worship all sorts of Oblivion gods. We're going to do a lot of evil stuff. We're going to send horrible letters to people and generally be a bit of a delinquent. And it's going to be really fun. We're going to generally just see how fast it takes to conquer everything. That's my plan. Last time I was like, oh, you know, we'll be a patrician, we'll get some coin. Haha, that's a funny joke from Skyrim. No. Now we're just going to... I'm sick of it. We're just going to kill everyone. We're going to summon a big army of undead Daedra, and we're going to... Undead Daedra, yeah, specifically both. And we're going to conquer Cyrodiil. And who are we going to be to do that, you're wondering? I actually don't know. I haven't decided yet. Let's have a look through some of the start points. Cyrodiil's at its height here, the Cyrodiilic Empire. Emperor Durakrak, the Black Drake. I don't know who he is. I'll be honest, my knowledge of the Elder Scrolls doesn't go much before the games, funnily enough. You know, Arena to Skyrim, I've never played, or I haven't played much of online. I think me and Jack were going to pick that up at some point. Playing at this stage, the Alliance War, the Great Army of Molag Bal, that was Manny Marco, wasn't it? Yeah, Manny Marco, King of Worms. If you've ever played Oblivion, you might remember from the Mage Guild. Then we've also got Post-Banner War. I think we're probably just going to start here because obviously tech levels will be higher, armies will be bigger, things like that. It's the latest start date, 3506, whatever the hell that means. Also got the Kamala Invasion, which is where, for those of you who don't know, because, you know, you're a sane person who doesn't read about the Elder Scrolls. It's where boys from over here, and these are the Akaviri Isles. Kamal basically apparently sailed halfway across the fucking planet to invade Cyrodiil, which they did, and they won. And then they became the, what's the word? Pro something of Cyrodiil. We're not going to do that, because this is... I prefer it when it's a bit more split up like this. The real question is, where the hell are we going to start? I was kind of hoping we could play just this tiny little island and then spread out and go from like a one county... Is there any... Well, that's independent. Yeah, there is here. Hieronymus of the Brethren of the Gold Coast, but unfortunately he's a republic. Which is a little bit annoying. Let's just go ahead and pick... We want something that's not too small if we're starting inland. What about Anvil? He starts a king. With 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 provinces. Okay. Don't necessarily want to start as a king. Although I was saying that if everybody with 5 provinces is a king, I suppose it doesn't make much difference, does it? Sure. We'll go ahead and start in Anvil. King Archer. Nope. What a loser. With many chins. We're not going to play as King Archer. Let's go ahead and play as... Don't know about that. Play as a Skellington. And outside... Oh, we can play as a Slode. Yes. I don't think that's quite right. Okay. What about if we play as an... Oh, okay. So in Oblivion, you know, there's Ayleid ruins, aren't there? We'll see if there are any left. I see Moriel are... Yeah, Ayleids. Look. There is an Ayleid left. Okay, so Ayleids are essentially like these old, highly advanced elves that left Cyrodiil. I forget why, but they left Cyrodiil for some reason and basically, you know, went to Valenwood. But they were essentially assimilated by the Bosmer and died out. And they left these sort of massive, like, really advanced ruins across Cyrodiil. It would be interesting to play as the Ayleids and reconquer Cyrodiil. There are only 2 left, though. We've got Chief Hinamir and Chiefess Vivica of... Is she independent? She is Greyleaf. We could do that, but getting back to Cyrodiil might be a bit of a pain. Let's just have a look at the cultures map mode. We could play here and convert back, because it is an Ayleid province, and I believe it is Oriel as well, isn't it? Yeah. So this is like the last surviving bordering province that is both Ayleid culture and Oriel religion. So that's what we're going to do. We'll play as a really powerful Ayleid mage and take back what we lost. I think that's a pretty good idea. Well done, brain. All right. Let's just go ahead and make a generic looking elf. You have my bow. Oh, Gimli. Have my bow, Gimli. Does that look like Legolas? Sure. Yeah, when I look at that, I think, you know what? That reminds me of Orlando Bloom of Pirates of the Caribbean fame. All right, let's make his flag. Obviously, there's only one way to make a flag in CK2. Let's go ahead and yeah, that was pretty good. Let's go ahead and yeah, there's a bit of a skull there. We'll take that one. That one's nice. I like that. I'll look back here a bit. Yep, that's pretty good. All right. Just go ahead and change some of the colours here. Obviously, we don't want to be too garish or clashing or anything, so we've got to be somewhat careful with our colour choice. I love it. Lime green and orange I find works really well. That red and red doesn't look... let's see what else we can do. It's going to be something... Oh, yeah, that's better. So we got blue on black. It looks a bit too much. Dark green, yeah. Okay, let's get rid of this. Oh, that's it. I don't need to do any more. That is perfect. All right, we are going to be called, obviously the most important bit, first name, Tree Thane. What's an elf name? It's an elven name. Elrond. There's obviously Elren, Elwing. We'll go Elrang. Elrang. Is that very elven? Elrang of Dynasty. What's an elven dynasty? Oh Lord, this is too much pressure. What are they called in Lord of the Rings? Obviously, Galadriel is the elf, so we need to make it original. Galadriel, perfect. Elrang of Dynasty Galadriel. No, I hate that. I hate everything about that. Elrang is good. That sounds more or less. Elrango. Got it. Elrang of Dynasty Elf Boy. Elrang Elf Boy. That sounds pretty elvish to me. Alright, hang on. Wait. So he doesn't sound like, Hispanic. Not that there's anything wrong with that, but obviously, he's an elf. He's not Hispanic. Elrang. Perfect. Elrang Elf Boy. Boy. In the words of Kratos. Master Mage. So, obviously this game has a lot of additional traits you wouldn't find in CK2. You can be a mage in CK2, just not to the extent that you're already casting magic. Alright, so we're an elf, obviously, so we live for a lot longer than a human boy. So let's go ahead and really crank up the age here. 65 is still just turned into adulthood by elf standards. So you're considered young. It actually does give you an indicator on the character screen. So young is up to the age of sort of 60. 120, I believe, is when you go into aging, and then like 180 is elderly. So it's like every 60 years, more or less. So this gives us the majority. So you could treat, in terms of CK2, like 21 being the equivalent of 65 here. The mage, I feel like, is a good birth sign. We need a quite high learning. You can cast spells and do magic and shit. You could learn spells and shit. But obviously, we're going to be focusing on buffing, on learning up massively, so we don't want to spend too much on our age Or at least to leave ourselves a good buffer so we can manually crank it up so we are the most powerful elf. Genius, obviously. Fair. Strong, yeah. He is. Oh, okay, we've already spent. Do we really need strong? Let's not take strong. Does this help with elf-related magical stuff? I'd quite like melodious voice, just for the opinion. Diplomacy, personal combat. Hardy is fertility, health, attraction, vassal. That's pretty good. We'll go with lucky as well. We won't take any lifestyle traits. We'll let those come naturally to us throughout the course of the game. Obviously, you want scholar, mystic, or theologian would be massive because they're all bonuses to learning. Magician? Hobbyist mage, though they lack the extensive talent and... oh, sorry. You need an Oxford comma, pal. You're confusing me. Though they lack the extensive talent, training, and knowledge of those who have dedicated their lives to the arcane arts, they're able to cast simple cantrips, enchantments, and illusions. It's +2 learning. That's quite significant. Again, 10 age is quite a lot for that. I'm going to take Lustful just because we actually do need an heir in case anything goes wrong pretty early on. Patient, I assume, it's +6. Wow. What have we got? We'll take just because that's quite cheap. Ambitious? Ambitious. Cynical isn't bad. Take cynical. Absent-minded reduces intrigue, stewardship, and vast opinion. It's only a -4, so that seems quite a lot. These are all the specializations you get when you join a guild. So you can join the Fighters Guild and become a knight, a crusader, a barbarian, a spellsword. Or we'll join the Mages Guild and manually level up. I would like to be a Master Sorcerer right off the bat, though. It's only 4 points. Then we could pick a different one. We could go into, like, Battle Mage, for example, or Spell Sword, and rank up those through natural gameplay. We'll be a Sorcerer by default, though, just because that's kind of useful. You can also level up your education trait to a level 5 education trait. Very rarely, and it's quite difficult and takes a long time. I'm going to take Loyalist just because it's +1 diplomacy. Alright, what else we got? Do we really want to take anything else? I think we're pretty good. Got 26 learning. We do have Genius and Fair. Hardy and Melodious Voice, obviously. They're all inheritable traits. Maybe we should take, like, Scholar. It's +10. Good lord. It's +10 for what is essentially a +3. I'd rather just bump us up manually with that. Let's take us all the way up to the maximum, 65. Alright, there we go. We are L-Rang Elf Boy. We do need to change our culture, don't we, to Aldmeri Ayleid. Religion. We need to be Oriel. Let me just double check. Alright, we're good. We are independent, aren't we? We are good. Perfect. Play. Already got the rules set up, so we don't have to sit there and go through genuinely about 4 or 5 pages of rules. Here we go. This is going to be good. So I'll go over some of the more mechanics that are... Oh, we have way more land than I thought. I thought we only had 2 provinces, but that's actually the provinces that are... Okay, the Ayleids actually get a unique building set as well. If you look at the Bosman, it's sort of like, obviously, jungles and trees. We get architecture similar to the White Gold Tower from Oblivion. Alright, let's go ahead and immediately begin converting our capital to Oriel rather than the Green Pact. I imagine we're going to get a lot of... what button did I just press to close that minimap? Are you serious? Okay, we'll fix that. I'll reload and fix that in a minute. There is normally a button in the base game to minimize your minimap. On this, it's invisible. So, if you accidentally click somewhere, it will disappear. Really annoying. So we need to firstly invite someone to our court of our religion. Let's go ahead and do... Oh, really? Of course, we can't invite anyone to our court from, you know, our court. That'd be weird. This guy's really good. Look at him. 25. He's only 36 as well, so he'll be around for a while. He's an Altmer, but that's not a big deal. Altmer and Ayleids are more or less the same. Let's go ahead and invite him to our court. 25 learning. I think we'll start converting provinces very quickly in that case. Before we unpause, let's actually go ahead and find ourselves a wife. Cameron, as in Mankar Cameron, do you think? It actually might be, you know. See if we can find him. I think it's the same house. I just think we're a bit early for Mankar Cameron to have been born. Anyway, we could do with an Ayleid Oriel wife. So I think we'll go to the employment list and actually use present debutante to generate one. I mean, she'll do for now, right? What a nice thing to say. Yeah, she'll do. All right, why not? We lost a lot of prestige, but obviously it's going to be hard finding Ayleids at this point.